Sorry, my video just stopped then. So yeah, that we're all working on this same journey, that we're all one source and we're all coming back to source, and we're all coming back to realizing that, you know, everything is love and we are love, but we're all doing it in such different ways. And it allowed me to really let go and stop judging people, because I feel like the spiritual journey, you go through all these different levels. You kind of go through the totally asleep, like not conscious, and then, you know, you wake up and you become conscious, and that almost turns you into like a spiritual monster for a bit. I feel that's how I can see it anyway. It's like you suddenly feel you're more advanced than everybody else, and you have all these insights, and you have all these gifts, and you're a healer and everybody else is a loser. And I'm not saying I was that extreme, but I see this a lot. And then there's also a ton of judgment as well. It's kind of when people wake up, the judgment always comes out more than ever, because I think they're starting to be really conscious. And I'm putting myself in this category as well of having done this. It's like you become more conscious and aware of yourself. I think that makes you more aware of others as well, who are in their ego. So you want to go and tell them about it, or you want to think about them being in their ego, or you want to say, oh, they're, you know, this and they're that. And it's kind of not honoring their journey and their truth and what they've chosen to experience this lifetime. And that might be very different to what you've chosen this lifetime. And by judging them, you're just in your ego as well, and you're just engaging in all that judgment as well. And I see that a lot on my videos as well, but I used to partake as well, is I see people kind of occasionally, very occasionally actually, will comment about something like that I shouldn't be saying this and that, and they're just engaging in their own little ego battle by judging my ego. And I just did a video that I've been big on that, like going around and you know, engaging a lot and trying to show people their ego, which was just really me being in my ego, looking at their ego. Because actually, when you really get through that stage, you realize that there's nothing to judge them for, because they're exactly where they want to be right now, and they're experiencing exactly what they want to experience right now, and they're probably learning their lessons that they've chosen to learn, and they might not be the same lessons that you've chosen to learn. Maybe they haven't chosen to wake up as much as you want to wake up, but that's their plan for that ego embodiment this lifetime. So these videos, yeah, they were cool because they just really, true or not, they just really showed me different like ego personalities and their choices of what they wanted to experience this lifetime and how they felt about those choices. So I don't know, if you get a bit bored, I can really recommend watching them. I also realized that actually from watching them, there was another thing that I got. It's kind of about joy. I feel like some of us take the spiritual journey a little bit too seriously, and I definitely did that. It's like I was so adamant on like waking up and like really being the fullest expression of myself. And I still do want to be that, but I've also realized that actually, you know, a lot of life is about being more simple and letting, like everything is spiritual. You don't have to be sitting and watching like spiritual YouTube videos and only listen to spiritual music and mantras and only go into these spiritual places. Like the spirituality and everything that's done with conscious awareness, like, and there's no wrong and there's no right. And as soon as you kind of stop that judgment, you realize that there is no wrong and there is no right, and there is no oh, I have to do this if I'm spiritual. And I think there's things that you'll naturally be drawn to. I mean, it's a natural process actually. I feel that without even trying, things drop off and I lose interest in things. And it's just a natural part of cleaning up your energy system in your body, and you no longer want to do things or reach for things or have things because of that. But I don't actually feel like right now, I actually feel the most free that I've ever been. I feel like I've just let go of a lot of concepts, and that includes spiritual concepts as well. Of, you know, if I want to ascend, I must do this, and everything is spiritual. There's spirituality in everything when it's done with conscious awareness, and that I feel like I've almost gone like back and I've regressed, and I feel the energy of when I was like a teenager, an older teenager. I think when I had some of the best years of my kind of life, if you look back and think about it, was like 19 to 22, because I was just starting to get a bit more confidence, and it was kind of ego confidence and fake confidence of, you know, look at me. But I remember feeling the most free in those years that I had previously and that I have since until right now. Because after that, I started, not too long after that, I really got into some heavy life lessons and patterns and spiritual awakening. And then everything became really serious, overly serious, actually. I got very serious. I got very obsessed with spiritual stuff and spiritual concepts, and going around and thinking if everybody else was in their ego and if I was in my ego. And I mean, I'm not going to go into it, you know what I mean, but I literally feel like I got really serious and obsessed with spirituality. But I think it was an important phase. I think I needed to do that. I think there was a time and a place for that. But I feel like now I just want to go back to living. I want to go back to life. I want to be simple and just enjoyment. Like, that's the key to life. It's just to enjoy life and to learn whilst enjoying life. I think you learn naturally, you evolve naturally. But there is a period. I mean, you just have to honor every moment, because there was a period when I needed to do all that, and I wanted to do all that, and I wanted to experience having all this massive spiritual ego and really getting serious with it and spending all day working out how to be spiritual and things like that. And you know, my ego enjoyed that. It was part of my process. It's what I wanted to do. But I feel in a place now where I just want to experience like the now, and I just want to be a lot more simple with things. I want to have a lot more fun, and I think it's important that I went away and I got all that spiritual knowledge, and now I feel like I can just apply it to enjoying myself. Because what else is there to be here for other than to have fun and to enjoy ourselves? And I think there's a big thing about mission work, like, oh, but I've got to do this mission, I've got to save people, and I've got to go and help all these people to wake up. I don't see it like that anymore. I see the mission is just to wake yourself up. And that's, of course, naturally going to wake other people up. That's the irony of it, is that is the way you wake people up, by living your truth, by loving life, by applying consciousness, by applying all these spiritual kind of concepts, you know, like non-judgment, and by really applying them into your life. And people see that, and then they want to experience that too. You know, I don't believe there's any kind of mission of like, I need to go out and I need to go and save people. You know, mission is just doing exactly what you want to do and have enjoyment in doing. And if your level of consciousness and your vibration is high, it's going to automatically affect people anyway, and it's going to help wake people up. So I don't really feel anymore there's this massive mission of like going out and saving lots of people, because that's also ego of you know, I need to go and save these people because I'm so spiritually evolved and they're not. You know, it's actually about saying, well, these people really want to experience like where they are right now, even if to me that seems like they're in like a really shit place that I would never want to be. That's their choice. That's their soul journey. That's their soul lesson. Like, you only have to think about you, your own evolution, because by doing so, it's naturally going to help other people anyway. So I don't even know where this video went, because it ended up totally off topic to where I wanted to start. I'm going to link in the videos, but yeah, it's kind of, I suppose, like a synopsis of the things that I've realised over the last couple of weeks, and the things that have been coming through to me really clearly. And yeah, I'll speak soon.